Hey guys, I'm back. So I wanted to talk to you guys about why I quit YouTube. That's like a huge thing. Do I look better without glasses or with glasses? Yeah, I can't see with this shit. So I try to have like, these things are like the best. I try to have like these talks on like my porch, it's like the porch talk. I don't know. Plus the lighting's great out here, but so yeah, this is Kat Von D eyeliner, and I try to do a cat eye to show how much trash that this was. Like I got it for the birthday collection, and it was like garbage. I didn't like it. So I'm gonna talk about why I quit YouTube. At the time, I think YouTube just became like a really negative place. It was when like everyone, like Laura Lee and everyone was losing their careers, and I think I just got intimidated. Like, you know, people's lives out there were getting ruined because they were doing YouTube, and no one's really gonna come from it. I'm like a fucking small ass channel, you know, I don't really post anything that's super crazy, but I felt very like kind of intimidated by that, and I also felt very like it's really hard to say, but I felt like my energy was not getting matched by the support. I felt like it wasn't getting matched by like my effort. No one around me wanted to do YouTube. No one around me wanted to film. They didn't want to go on adventures. They didn't want to do like videos. I feel like people that are like, you know, the Shane Dawson fan, like everyone's genuinely committed to making content. You know, they like making content. It's legitimately a hobby. Everyone goes for it. Everyone's like, okay, this is fun. This is amazing. You know, this is how I like to be. This is how I like my existence to be. I like to edit. I like to post. I like to do all this sort of things. And it wasn't like that with me. It was very like self-produced. I made my content. Everyone else was kind of like a victim to my filming and my little adventures, and you know, no one's really on board. They're like, Monica, can we please get on with your day? Do we have to spend the whole day filming? Do we have to spend the whole day? Why can't you live? You know, why do you just have to do YouTube all the time? And it was really unfortunate because you know, I want my energy to be matched, and I want people to be as excited about something as I am. If I'm excited, no one else is, it literally takes away all the fun of being excited in the first place, and it fucking sucks. Like, it fucking sucks to be the only enthusiastic person. And you know, making content was hard because like I didn't know what to make. I didn't know like how to entertain people, and I realized that a lot of people just sort of I didn't like refilming. That's another thing I didn't like. I didn't like refilming. Like, I just did a tutorial, a whole makeup tutorial. It's like a 30 fucking minute tutorial. My phone shuts off, right? And then iMovies won't go on my phone, so I have to do like everything in one take. You know, I don't have enough equipment for editing, cameras, things like that, and I don't produce the quality that I would really like, so I get really aggravated at myself. I wanted to lose weight, and I got really mad at myself about that too, and I couldn't lose the weight. I probably did lose most of the weight, but it's still not enough weight to feel really confident when I filmed. I felt like I looked stupid. I had a double chin. You know, these are things that like not a lot of people really talk about, and I wanted to sit down and just be like, you know. And then I said I would do like art, but like I don't want to share that part of my life with people. I want to keep that personal. There's things about my life that I just would rather keep to myself, and I don't really want to share with other people because it's things that make my life worthwhile and a happy place, and it's stuff I like to keep private and personal. So art, I think I'm just gonna keep to myself, even though I love to do art, I love to share art, but how I make art, that's for me. I just feel like some things are for me. and I was going to document that, but I don't want to feel documented. I don't want to feel that kind of pressure, because, you know, some things I believe should just be pure, and I'm not gonna do that to myself. It's funny when you take on an adventure and you don't realize you feel those ways until you feel those ways. And then you're left with like people going like, oh, why did you stop? And it's like, I thought I wanted to make content, but some of the content is like my life, and I like to keep a lot of things. I'm like a really private person, so there's not stuff that I would willingly give out. Not only that, but there is this philosophy that some people are entertainers and some people are like viewers. Like, I like to view content, but I don't personally like to make it. And I don't like being put out there. But I don't mind watching other people being put out there, but I don't want to be. And I thought about that too. It was like, okay, do I have a very entertaining personality? Around my friends, my loved ones, yes, I do. I'm a fucking riot. But in front of a camera by myself, it's very hard to bring out aspects of my personality that otherwise I would be like very, very like outspoken. It would be so natural for me to say and do and be. And that's another thing I was thinking of, like, how do people just light up in front of a camera and they're funny and their jokes land and they're hilarious and they're good storytellers? How does that happen? Because with me, it's like, I don't know what to say in front of a fucking camera. Like, I feel like I'm talking to a rock. And which is weird, because then that rock turns into like 20 million people. And you're like, how the fuck does that happen? So like this rock, like this, turns into like 20 millions of viewers, and you're just like, and it's also deceiving too, because you think about it, right? And you're just like, okay, well, I am okay, so my phone like did that stupid ass thing I was talking about where it has like no memory. And but I want to continue this thought because it's an interesting conspiracy. It's an interesting thought. It's like, okay, well, I think I might do videos just me talking about random shit I think about, because I feel like that would be interesting. Oh my gosh. So this thought I was having, right, is this rock, this phone, it's our phone, it's with us 24/7, you know, we're comfortable with it, it's in our space, no one's watching us. And then so we tell these devices things that we normally would never tell people, and they share aspects of our life that we normally wouldn't ever share with people, and then we post up so publicly. So what's deceiving is you get this comfortability with this thing, but then now you're sharing with strangers that you've never met before. You know, it's like you don't know their intentions, you don't know how they feel about you, you don't know what you're really projecting into this world, and then but you're comfortable with your phone. So now you're posting content that's really private and really personal, right? And then you're posting it to the world now. And you don't know how people are gonna receive that. So I feel like it's a very scary thing if you really think about it. And you know, you might have an opinion and people might go crazy about that, or you might have like, you know, an experience, or, you know, things get taken out of context. And that's another thing, is I really don't like to be misunderstood. I'm very to the point, you know, I use cuss words, I try to say exactly what I mean, but it can get misconstrued by a lot of people, and you could wind up in a very bad situation. And the deceiving part is that you were just talking to your phone in the privacy of your own house, in the privacy of your own space, and you have that comfortability, but now you're bringing it to a very, very uncomfortable place. See what I'm saying there? I think that's something that not a lot of people talk about either, because you went from 0 people viewing you, like I'm talking to myself right now, I'm explaining something to people I've never met before, people who I never will meet, and people that, you know, in the future, and then this stays with you for like the rest of your life. So you're sitting here like, okay, you know, what am I saying, what am I doing, and you know, who am I really talking to? Like, think about that. Like, who am I really talking to right now? But it's like you're talking to people in the future, you're talking to people, like, it's a weird phenomenon, and maybe I just think about it a little bit too deeply, but that's something that that I feel like needs to get talked about too. If I do post content, I'm not gonna put a lot of pressure on myself. I'll just post like maybe every once in a while. I did Twitch too. I tried Twitch and I had a few Twitch things, and that was pretty cool, but I felt like this tremendous pressure to interact with people while I was doing art, and it's like, yo, when you try stuff, you form opinions that you don't even know you could possibly have. Like, I don't like being disturbed while I'm doing artwork. This thing is so funny. I don't like being disturbed while I'm doing artwork. Found that out. Don't like it. I think it's like, I get really irritated, really mad. And so I'm not like a come distract me type of person. I'm like a fucking leave me alone so I can focus type of person. And I'm not friendly enough to be doing that. And I don't want to be bothered. I actually just want to focus and be left alone. So that's another thing that I noticed. But you don't know those things until you're in that situation, you know, or you're just like, okay, this isn't for me. So I won't be doing Twitch. I don't particularly like Twitch. I just don't like being bothered while I'm doing creative ventures, and I don't like entertaining people, especially when I'm just trying to like focus on making something beautiful and making something unique and making something the highest quality possible. And it's just not a space where I want to entertain people. And no offense to people, but I'm very like, I can only focus on one task at a time type of person. So when I'm with you, and that's it. Like, I'm not doing anything else. I don't like multitasking. If you've noticed, like, I can't even take a sip of water without like me focusing on that. Or like, I can't, if I do like a makeup tutorial, it's like, okay, I'm doing the makeup tutorial and I'm too busy focusing on my eyebrows to even speak. So it winds up being a very boring thing, and I like being immersed in whatever I'm doing. So I'm immersed, I'm having a great time, but everyone viewing is just like, the fuck? Like, even food, I'm just like sitting here enjoying the food, and I don't want to talk to people. And that's a part of my personality that I really have to work around if I want to have any future at YouTube. Seriously. I mean, I don't want to seem really negative and just roast myself the whole time, but these are legitimate things I've encountered, or like legitimate setbacks that I've just been like, wow, like, I really need to contemplate this. I really need to focus on this. And, you know, I'm glad I took my hiatus. I'm glad I took my time, and I've learned so much. I've learned that you can just be patient with yourself, and you can post the content that you want to post. You know, I've seen other people post content that was just super simple in front of their camera, and it did just as well. You know, people like Jenna Marbles, or, you know, Rylan or Morgan, they just post content, they have fun, they do whatever they do. They're not perfect, they don't have to be perfect. And I realize you don't have to be perfect, you just have to be yourself. And that's a really important thing that I feel like it's overlooked. Like, you're allowed to just be yourself on camera, and that is worth so much, because at the end of the day, that is who you are. And if you're trying to be fake or perfect, or you're trying to be like, you know, flawless, like, no one really likes that. The best YouTubers are the ones that just like sit and make the most simple fucking videos. It's funny because like the biggest YouTubers make simple videos, completely simple. And even if they have a big budget or large budget, what they are doing is simple. If you really look at it, they have a simple backdrop, they just do what they gotta do. Even like makeup gurus kind of do that too. And that's something that is really cool. And I feel like maybe if I just soundboard my thoughts and I soundboard how I feel, then maybe it's gonna just spread more awareness. It's just gonna be a better place for me, and eventually I'll find my niche. But I'm not gonna be worried about my numbers. I'm not gonna be worried about, you know, if this is entertaining enough, or this enough or that. You know, at the end of the day, it's a fucking game, and it's not gonna be something that I'm gonna really entertain or play into. As long as you're having, as long as I'm having fun when I'm making these videos, and you're having fun too, that's all that really matters. I'm not gonna sit here and worry about my budget, or if my budget's gonna be good enough, or if I'm gonna get a sponsor, or if I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna just genuinely do what makes me happy. And I feel like that joy is going to be what will ultimately attract viewers. And, you know, I'll try to post a little bit more consistently. I may delete some of my past stuff because it's just ventures that just didn't work out. Like, Weight Watchers didn't work out. You know, me posting about my art just didn't work out. I didn't want to do it. I wanted to have a theme to my postings, but I realized that's really limiting. They tell you to do that in like all these tutorials, like, oh, if you want your numbers to be great, you should do a niche. You should post only this type of video or only this type of video. When people are not just this type of video or that type of video, people are alive. They're essentially, you know, kind of free flowing, and I feel like that's how maybe people should post. I think some people are emotional, some people are logical, some people are, you know, volatile, reactional, and people change in moods different days. And I feel like that is more important than the way people ought to post or way people ought to be. Like, that's fucking stupid. And I'm not even like this negative Nancy type of person, but I just want to sound off actual legitimate concerns and feelings I have towards things, because I've been holding it back for a while, and I've been legitimately thinking about it for a while, and I don't want it to be the reasons why I'm afraid. I don't want it to be reasons why I'm not gonna do something that I legitimately, if I'm just consistent with, I could actually have a future in, and I could have a better life. And I know why I wanted to be a YouTuber, and I know why I wanted to be a person that posts content, is because I wanted my voice out there, and I wanted my voice to be heard, and I wanted to have a space that is just mine, and I wanted to be like the YouTubers that I really admired. And by watching them, you know, when you start watching them for a little while, you start realizing that could also be me too. And I want to share that with the world, and me working through this, I think, is more valuable, because it gives me the opportunity to grow. It gives me the opportunity to grow and to heal and to work through that. And I'm not gonna let those be the reasons why you guys get robbed from my voice and my talent and my being and my essence, because it's not fair to you. You know, I could be posting so many videos later and you guys are gonna be like, thank God you never stopped. Thank God. And I'm sure there's plenty of times where Shane Dawson may have wanted to stop, or Jeffree Star may have wanted to stop, or, you know, Garrett Watts may have wanted to stop, or, you know, it's just not fair to the community that people stop because, you know, personal reasons. I'm glad I grew. I'm glad I took that time for myself. I'm glad I really reflected, but, you know, I am back. And I'm going to just, I guess, do what I gotta do and post what I feel is right, and just take that into my own hands and just see where it goes. and at that point see where my channel goes, but not worry about the direction, not be so strategic, not be like, if I don't want to do a mukbang, I'm not going to. If I'm not going to do what's trendy. I'm not going to do like things that, you know, oh, the worst rated hairdresser in the world, go to them. Bitch, it's probably me. Like, I just do my own hair. Like, that's seriously, like, no, I'm not gonna cut my hair for shock value. I'm not gonna, you know, do this and that for, no, fuck that. Like, no. I'm just gonna do things I'm comfortable with, and I'm not gonna self-deprecate for entertainment or do anything like that. No. I'm gonna be here for the long run, and people are gonna enjoy my content because they genuinely enjoy me as a person. And I feel like hopefully people who are watching this get inspired by that, because I'm here to tell you, you don't have to fall for the bullshit. You don't. And you can make things a place for yourself, and you can make your space comfortable, and don't listen to what other people are doing. Do what is authentic for you. So I really thank you for sitting down and hearing me out and hearing my opinion why someone could go from posting weekly and just vanish, because it's easy to do when you feel like no one's paying attention, no one's watching, and you feel like what you're doing is useless, and if you feel like no one is supporting you, and you feel like, you know, you're unsure of the content you want to make. It really happens as a person, you know. It's okay to come back. It's okay to start again. It's okay to start new. And it's okay to do what you gotta do. You know, our paths in this life are not a linear thing. You can go through your currents, and that's okay. At first I felt like I'd been gone for way too long to want to post, but I realized it's important, because, you know, what if I become someone someday? And that person is someone that the world needs. Because I need me, my family needs me, the people who know me need me, you know, and I know that I'm a great person. I know I'm a fantastic artist. I know what I have to offer this world, and, you know, when people see that too, they're gonna be thankful I tried, and it'll make them try too. So thank you guys for sitting with me. God bless. Universe bless. Just everything bless. Thank you. Thank you for just having the patience to just listen to this video and say la vie. Bye, you guys. I'll post up whenever I want to.